Cool, we're live, man.
What's going on, everyone?
What is up?
Reno, we got another special guest.
Yeah, we got Corey, Just Add Vinyl.
What were you guys thinking?
It's Just Add Vinyl now. How many names have you had for your channel? I pulled out a few DVDs, but a good documentary is Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
Oh, shit,
Classic. Yeah.
But everybody probably knows about this. If you don't, it was filmed at the Capitol Center in DC for Judas Priest and Dawkins
was there.
concert. Huh?
Reno, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there. Luckily, unluckily, whatever. I'm not in the video, but it's a cool, little picture of that era. I mean, it's over the top, of course. But the cool thing with this also is some of the bonus stuff. Like, I think they call it the Heavy Metal Basement. A visit
I've
to
seen
them.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a local dude. I can't remember his name now. I see him all the time around the record shows, or I used to when I went.
You should be the first one up there. Like, look at these fucking losers. All they do is listen to metal. That song, if Bon Scott didn't write the lyrics to that song, then he possessed Brian Johnson the night he wrote them. That's the book. Last time. Yeah, that's a great book.
I'll check it out.
They got good reviews, if I remember right.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people, I think a lot of diehard AC/DC fans had a problem with the way he portrayed Bon in the book as being a heroin addict and an alcoholic. And one of those two things may have killed him that night, if not both. But what I think the book fails to mention as far as the heroin goes is heroin in the 70s was completely different than the heroin of today. Like, it was a designer drug then, like cocaine. So when people read that he was a heroin addict, makes me think of like some junkie laying in the street somewhere with a needle in his arm kind of guy, and he wasn't like that.
So got a lot of metalheads here on screen and here in the comment section. So the first one I think of when I'm thinking metal is the Death documentary. It's probably one of the most recent ones I could think of too. It was just killer. Have you guys seen that? Not a lot of video and pictures available when that came, of that time. But the way they're doing the editing nowadays, they're cropping it and the camera's like flying through the images, and just the amount of information and really opened my eyes to the band Death and how pioneering, Chuck was at that time.
Yeah, that was a great documentary.
Are you anywhere else, Corey, like on Instagram or?
No, I actually don't do any social media except for YouTube.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm my Instagram, I think I got rid of all mine too, except for Facebook.
I'm on Facebook to repost funny, stupid shit. That's about it.
I was doing the political stuff and got burned out.
I am on YouTube. YouTube.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Just kind of got together. And I can't remember who I was talking to about doing this. I think it might have been Aaron or LJ. And I was like, man, it'd be cool if we could just all like film our own little segments, come up with questions, put them together and make like a little documentary about how we got into everything. And then I think we got with Corey, and Corey kind of does some of that stuff, and it was like, let's do it.
Yep.
Here it is.
Pulled that out.
That was so much fun. If people don't realize, Corey put that whole thing together for the most part. He edited everything. And
he put a ton of work into that, man.
And if you don't know what it is, I guess people can still Google it, or
maybe we can put a link in it here at the end.
I don't even know if it's still available. I guess it is.
Yeah, it's still there.
All right, cool.
So Miko actually made a separate YouTube channel for that. And then I had uploaded it to that channel. It's still there, and it's got over 25,000 views. It's
still there? That's cool. Oh, that's right. I was pretending like I was talking to my wife, like she was reading me the questions. That way I have time to go back to the camera and hit pause or hit, you know what I mean? Because if people didn't know, it looked like I was talking to myself. Be like, look at this fucking idiot. Like, he's in there, he's talking to himself. He's asking himself questions.
So yeah, that was one of the challenges to doing that video. Was everyone was sending their video clips in from all around the world, and how do we do it? Do we stare straight into the camera, or do we have someone ask us the questions, or look off to the left? So that was one of the downsides but I still think I think it came out all right. Like
Yeah,
somebody
no,
was
it
at the
looks
same.
better, and I think that's the reason why I was looking off. Like, well, if I look off to the left, people are going to think I'm talking to myself. So I'll just like, yeah, okay, let's wrap this up or next. Pretend like somebody's there.
Listening to some jazz and going down some different avenues with some indie rock here and there, maybe some alternative here and there, alternative metal. No, pretty much once a metalhead, always a metalhead.
So basically what you're saying is if they would completely redo the album and get their head out of their ass, it could have been pretty good.
Absolutely. If there was an opportunity that I was in a past life, I don't know if I was like a blues musician or, you know, like
Right.
It's weird. Like I've always been drawn to it, even as a kid. There's something, I think, and it was all pictures then, but there was something about, now I know who it is, but there was something about like seeing Muddy Waters
Right.
sitting in a black and white photo that you had no idea how, if it was taken last week or 100 years ago.
Well, there's a couple houses here in the neighborhood for sale. I'll let you know.
Well, if you can get me a job too, I'll come down there.
We'll probably end up divorced in about 5 years.
You and I.
That's every time I get on my wife.
Hose, man.
Every time I get on my wife's nerves, she's like, "Why don't you go up and see George for a couple days?"
Dude, you're more than welcome. This week at 2:00 in the morning, I'll hear, "Yo, it's me, it's Greeno. Open up."